welcome back to my channel. It has been so long. I know, I don't even know where to start. This is so weird because it's been so long since I've actually spoken to the camera. But basically, long story short, I just took some time off of YouTube, off of everything. Unexpected events kind of happened, so and I hope to share that one day in the future. But for now, just know that I decided to take some time off. But I feel in a place where I can definitely come back to YouTube. I don't think I'll be doing YouTube like every week, so I just decided that I would just post whenever I feel like posting. So if you guys are okay with that, then great. If not, I don't know what to say. But anyways, as you can see by the title, today I'm going to be sharing with you guys what I got for back to school season. It's just going to be some stuff that I needed. A lot of the things I kind of ran out of, and so I was like, you know what? Now's the perfect time to just buy and restock things that I feel like I could use for the next couple of years. So I was like, I'm just gonna splurge just a little bit, not too much. But yeah, the first thing that I got were some markers. These markers are pretty basic. They're the bright colored ones. I didn't want to get the regulars just because the regulars, like, my brothers I could just borrow from them, and I figured I could just try new colors. So I went ahead and did that, and I'm excited to use these just in case if I want to create like big bubble maps, like on a big poster. The next thing that I got were basic pencils. I honestly haven't bought new pencils since probably high school, and the ones that I had in high school were the ones that I've used all these past years, and out of the 3, I only ended up with 1. So I just was like, you know what, now's the time. I'm just gonna go ahead and get these. And especially because I work at a high school, and so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start helping kids with math concepts, so why not just go ahead and just purchase some pencils. And these are my favorite. I definitely have tried other brands and they're okay, but these just make my writing look so much better. Comment down below if you feel the same way. I've heard that these pencils are pretty good for some people, but for others that they don't really like them. But I don't know, it's personal preference. The next thing that I got, basic whiteout. Everyone needs whiteout. I run out of these pretty quickly, so definitely gonna get good use of those. Alright, so the next item that I got are these Post-its, and then this is the bigger size, and then this is like the smaller one. I don't actually write directly on my textbooks. I feel like it just makes it like more clutter. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. Point is, I just prefer not to write directly on the textbook. So instead I was like, I'm just gonna grab these. And then these, I like these in case if, like, for example, I have a planner, and if I don't want to use this big bulky one, I'm just gonna use this smaller one. And I also like these because I can cut them in half and then make them those like dividers that you put on textbooks rather than using like a bigger one. So yeah, I chose these 2 colors, or these multiple colors. These are highlighter, these are more pastel colors, but yeah, I highly recommend to get these if you are just reading any textbook and want to just write down any possible notes that you think of. The next thing that I got were these Papermate flare pencils. They're not pencils, oh my god, they're the pens. These are my favorite. This is my second time that I get these exact colors. I like them because they're not like the typical red, yellow, green colors. And I like them for when I make headings on things. I'm planning on using my iPad as well as like a notebook and a planner. So I figured I would just go ahead and just buy these because they're cute and just, you need them. The next thing that I got were these Expo markers. I was using Expo markers a lot last semester for my speech science class. I found that it was helpful that I would draw like the diagrams. If you watched How I Study for Speech Science, you'll see that I went ahead and used the Expo markers for like transferable paper. I'll go ahead and link it so in case if you haven't watched it. But basically I'm gonna go ahead and use these because I decided to buy this whiteboard. I already had a whiteboard, but it was kind of like folding, and this one is like a harder material. It's constructed a lot better than the one that I had. So I figured these two are gonna go hand in hand together, and then I went ahead and went with the more colorful colors instead of the regular ones. I went ahead and bought highlighters. I honestly didn't really use highlighters as much, but I started reading over the summer and I found that these were better than the bigger, bulkier ones. So I'm planning on using these to highlight any possible thing that I come across. Then last but not least, I went ahead and bought these Sharpies. I could have sworn that I had more, but when I went to go look for the materials I already had, I didn't have any. So these I probably will be using every now and then. It's not going to be like a constant thing, but for the most part, these are definitely super handy to have. All right, so the next thing that I decided to buy was this Herschel backpack. This is, I believe, the pinkish color. I don't know what it's called. It's not rose gold, but or maybe it is rose gold. I don't know, but it's the pink color. I initially was using the backpack that my boyfriend got me for Christmas, but because of all the things that I carry, it started to rip off the straps, and I didn't really want it to go, like, I don't want to throw it away. So I decided to just get something else that was more sturdier, and I'm excited to use this just because it's super plain. I plan on making a video on like what's in my backpack, but for now, since I'm still going to be online, I figured I could do that for when I decide to go in person. That's actually a life update that I have to yet share with you guys, so make sure to stick around for that. But anyways, I highly recommend to check one out if you are looking into getting a backpack. Last but not least, I decided to get this item. Long story short, I wasn't planning on getting this. I honestly wanted one, a newer, updated one, but because of how expensive they are, I was like, you know what? Now's not the time. If you haven't guessed it, it's a laptop. But my parents came up to me and were like, we're willing to buy off your laptop for a certain amount of price. And I started to do the calculations and I was like, okay, fine, I'll consider it. And then they just kept nudging more and more. So at that point, I was like, okay, maybe I should start looking into it. And then before that, though, I had been wanting a new one because since I'm doing YouTube, it started to slow down the processor. And I realized that if I wanted to continue YouTube, I didn't want to kill the laptop. So I decided to upgrade to a MacBook Pro. So this is the 2020 model. I believe this is the M1 chip. I don't know much tech stuff. This is the basic that I know, but I just bought it literally yesterday. It's still in its box. And I'm not going to do an unboxing video because I just wanted to open it and just start using it, given that my parents already are asking for my older one. But basically, I am super excited to be using this laptop. I was not expecting to buy a laptop, but because of how the circumstances played out, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. And since I'm going to be starting school again, I was like, why not just go ahead and just get it. So yeah, I'm super excited to be using this one. And this is definitely a big upgrade to my older one because my older one is an early 2015 model, which isn't that old, but because of what I use it for, like if I didn't do YouTube, I would have like still kept my old one because it works perfectly fine, like nothing's wrong with it. But because I still do YouTube, I didn't want to ruin the software on the other one anymore. So I just was like, you know what, it's okay. Alright guys, so that basically concludes today's video. Comment down below when all of you are starting school. I start school actually tomorrow, so I don't know when this video is going to go up, but tomorrow is Monday and today is Sunday. So yeah, I don't know when this video is going to go live, but I hope you all have a fantastic first day. If you already went back, I hope you have a great second week. So yeah, comment down below when all of you are going back to school. And also comment down below if you're going to go back in person or if you're going to still stay online. I know in California, that's where I'm from, a lot of schools are transitioning to go back in person, but there are some classes that are still being held online. And so mine are actually being held online for the fall term. but maybe for the spring term they'll be back in person. And then one last thing, since the last time that I posted this video, I was at 203 subscribers, and as I'm filming this, I'm at 259, which is super crazy. So I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed to my channel since my last video. It's been so long since I posted, and I seriously, when I checked the other day, I was like, what the heck? Like, I would have thought like nobody was gonna subscribe to my channel, but people are still subscribing. So comment down below if you are a new subscriber, and comment down below as well any video suggestions that you have. I have already a list of things that I want to film, but if there's anything in particular that any of you would like to see, make sure to comment that down below as well. I know I definitely owe people the how I take notes on my iPad video, but that video is still on hold given that I still have to figure out like my writing method and all that stuff on the iPad. So that's why that one I haven't been able to film. But I plan on doing so when it is perfected. But yeah, with all that said, thank you so much for your continued support, and I will see you guys next time. Have a great day. Bye.